Oh gosh, my legs. Oh man, legs. All right. Oh, I'm still in the middle seat. It's still like.
Oh no.
Super. Bumpy. Okay, hey everybody. I know we're super late. That is my fault. We went to have pizza tonight, and I had it set for carryout at the wrong pizza place. So I had to go drive to the other location to get our pizza. So that's why we're running a little bit late. Hang on one sec. Oh, hey, be quiet. Shh. Hang on one sec. Hey, quiet. No. Okay. All right, give me 1 second to share this out. Copy that. I don't know why it automatically changed it to the one near my work, the Pizza Hut near my work, but that's what happened. So I showed up at the one that we usually go to, and I gave them my name, and they were like, you don't have a pizza here. I'm like, I just ordered the pizza. And I checked my email confirmation, and it was the completely wrong pizza place. But with some of that Pizza Hut Cheesy Bites pizza, it was good. I only got to have one slice so far, because we had to get down here. I'm doing pretty good with this laptop this time. Look at this. I'm like the master of this thing now. Give me 1 second. 2 more places to share this. 3 more places. 3 more places. 4 more places. I'm gonna get there. I'm pretty quick about this now, though. I'm getting more skilled at posting fast. Look at this. Look at what I'm doing now. Okay. 2 to go. 2 to go. So I post in the Syndicate Toy Hunters, in that group. I'm in Pince Pack, which is Josh Pince's group. And the Nerd Bar, which is Cincy Nerds group. Those guys are friends of mine. And then I post in the greatest toy group on Earth, because it's the greatest toy group on Earth. One more. Almost there. Almost there. Alright, guys. Done posting. Here we go. Robert Justifan says, hello all watching Tom Baker Doctor Who. Do we have a full battery power? Yes. Nobody sleepy today? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll see what happens. You know what's weird is usually you can see the laptop, and this time around you can't see the laptop. Maybe it's because I don't have it.
Up there.
There we go. We got to keep it like normal. I don't want it to be weird and people see a different video than usual. I want to look as low quality as possible. You know, as janky and not set up. And
Jaron Williams is on.
Jaron Williams is awesome. Yeah, he sent me a message beforehand on Facebook. It was very nice. Can you scoot that little cardboard back so it's underneath both these legs? So it's not rickety-rackety? There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, the things to talk about tonight are, I didn't make a list, I didn't write this down, but I tried to remember everything. The picks for the Marvel Legends Agent Anti-Venom and Wolverine in the cowboy hat and Big Time Letdown Spider-Man have all showed up, and they have some stuff. There are 1 or 2 things in there that maybe people didn't know were happening. Well, maybe 1, and that was the alternate head for Wolverine. So talk about that. The Marvel Legends Retro Wave and the Wendigo Wave have really started to hit, and what's up, Carnage Toy Hunter? Those have started to get reviews online already. MCU Collectors has reviewed the entire waves of both, so you had good looks at all those figures.
Is the Wolverine one up yet for the Vintage Wave?
It just put it up today. It just went up today. And then your Fortnite thing was kind of fun. We don't usually talk about video game stuff that much, but the thing you found out on Fortnite this week?
Stranger Things?
Yeah, the Stranger Things thing on cool. Fortnite. Yeah. So he's playing Fortnite, and he plays Fortnite on PS4. Hey, James Bacon, what's up, buddy? So he plays Fortnite on PS4, and he was playing it, and he was like, oh, look at this portal thing that shows up, but you haven't watched Stranger Things, really.
No.
And I was like, hey, that's from Stranger Things. That looks like the portal from Stranger Things. And he's like, oh, well, maybe there's like a Stranger Things happening with Fortnite. And then you found out more and more that there's a Demogorgon skin, and there's a Hopper skin. It all just came out. So I don't know if anybody else plays Fortnite or if they're Stranger Things fans, but now Fortnite has Stranger Things stuff in the game. And the last thing I want to talk about, we're late. Master of the Wicked 89 says, hey guys, sorry for being late. Been packing, going out of town this week. We just started 5 minutes ago because we're running late from me screwing up a pizza order. More Hot Toys guy. What do you think about the Stanley and the Two-Face figures? Oh yeah, let's talk about that too. So Toy Fairs, usually Hot Toys does like a Toy Fairs exclusive, like a summer convention type of deal, and Sideshow usually gets them. So the ones they showed this time around were a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Stan Lee.
I showed him that one earlier.
You saw that one?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was a new Dark Knight Two-Face, which they haven't done Two-Face since Dark Knight came out. Which,
that was
how many years ago was that?
2008. So.
Yeah, it was still a good Two-Face, but Hot Toys has progressed so much past that now. I do love the Two-Face design of Dark Knight.
I like Two-Face in Dark Knight.
Two-Face is
he
good.
was the least objection. He was my most liked thing in that movie.
Yeah. I'm making myself drop my drink everywhere. Look at this. I'm going to watch myself do it. Watch. Oh! That's good. So the Two-Face design from Dark Knight is solid. I think it's a cool design. And like you said, he's probably the least objectionable thing from the movie in in our opinions, since you've seen it. And Two-Face goes for a lot of money now, like that original Hot Toy. So that one's kind of cool that they're bringing it back out. It's kind of a bummer if you spend a lot of money on the Two-Face.
Yeah, but
the old one.
That's gonna happen at some point.
It always happens.
Yeah.
The same with Stan Lee. The Stan Lee figure that they did, that Hot Toys did, just Stan Lee, goes for big money. I think that's the same head sculpt probably, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Robert Chestafan, but that looks like the same Stan Lee head sculpt that they've just put on the cosmonaut body, astronaut body, whatever you're calling. So that's a way of bringing that Stan Lee back out, and you could just buy like a clothing outfit or something.
Right.
You know, you don't have to keep him in that astronaut gear. So I think they're both really cool exclusives. I think the exclusivity of them makes it so that maybe people won't be so mad about the fact that this original Stan Lee might go down in money in price a little bit. The Two-Face might go down in price a little bit.
Was Two-Face exclusive, or was he just shown? I thought he was just revealed and he was a normal figure.
I think he's a Toy Fairs exclusive. I think they're both Toy Fairs exclusives. So they'll be at, I guess, some shows the Hot Toys sets up at, and only available through Sideshow. Let's see. Oh, we're getting caught up. Kevin Smiley says, seen Far From Home yet? It was great. We have not seen it yet.
No.
Master of the Wicked says, did you guys hear about NECA no longer doing Friday the 13th Ultimate figures? We can't talk about that a little bit. Blaze and Keaton look like twins. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. He's catching up. Well, I mean, you know, once you hit a certain teenage age, you kind of look the same for a few years. So he's hitting those years now, and they're going to kind of get to eventually look pretty close to each other. The Harvey Dent side looks plain, needs an expression. I kind of agree with that. So the Ultimates problem. There's a lawsuit going on where the original screenwriter for Friday the 13th was suing the guys that, I guess, the production company behind
it's been
Friday
going
the 13th.
on for like a year now.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while.
The video games,
yeah,
new movie coming out will not happen for a long time.
Anything that's new, anything that wasn't in the planning stages before the lawsuit, is on hold.
Mm-hmm.
So NECA can do all the stuff they had planned before that, but then everything past that is on hold. It's the same deal with Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street has pulled the license too.
Yeah.
So nothing new happens
Not
there.
much has come out about that lawsuit yet, it seems like.
I don't think it's a lawsuit.
Oh, it isn't?
No, I don't think Nightmare on Elm Street's a lawsuit.
Just...
I think that they're just getting ready to do something new,
okay.
and they're pulling all the licensing. So it's kind of a bummer. It is neat that we're at least getting the Roy figure.
Yeah, the Roy is an important one.
The Freddy versus Jason Freddy is an important one.
Yeah.
Those are really unique
they
looks.
They just got the reboot one back out, which is nice.
Yeah, so all those are really unique looks. So at least we got through those before. It's a bummer that we're at 7, 8, and 9 Jason X.
Yeah. I bought every Jason they've had so far, so it'd be nice to have a complete set of every movie they've made. And Jason X, the Uber Jason's dumb, but it'd be a fun figure to have.
Yeah. He said you have a really awesome shirt.
Thank you.
Blaze has got on Back to the Future. I've got on the Invisible Man, and Keaton has on Rescue Rangers, which is awesome. So we have on awesome t-shirts today. Okay. So yeah, that is a bummer, and hopefully it gets resolved quickly, and Friday the 13th will progress in lots of different avenues. A new movie, more content for the game, more figures, all that stuff. Okay, here we go. Jaron says Spider-Man PS4 added the Far From Home costumes.
Yep. Yeah, we saw that.
This guy, I've only played that first level.
Yeah.
I'm so far behind on that game.
He's beat that game like 3 times. I still have to play the DLC.
Venkman says, when you said Hot Toys Stan Lee Two-Face, I was like, they made a Two-Face version of Stan Lee? Wait, what? No, yeah, it's Stan Lee and Two-Face too. Robert Justifan says, I have a third-party Two-Face. That's cool, dude. I just picked up a 1/6 scale Gambit custom online. I haven't got it yet. I'm going to get it next week.
Comic or movie?
It's like a realistic style, almost like a sideshow type
like
style.
Wolverine.
It was so neat. I saw it on eBay, and it was like a custom job, and I was like, I really hope I won this, and I won it. So if you search completed auctions, you can see, and you also see how much I paid for it, which is kind of about the same price as a hot toy, and it's a custom job. I cannot wait for it to get here, because I have no idea when Sideshow is going to get around to doing a comic Gambit. It could be quite a while. I mean, they've only done Deadpool and Wolverine for X-Men so far. They've shown Magneto, and Magneto doesn't even come out until close to Christmas. So it'll be quite a while. Nice, he looks so awesome. I cannot wait for that Magneto. So let's see. Live stream time from JCC. What's up, dude? Friday the 13th, Part 6. Screenwriter has a new script written. That'd be awesome, because Part 6 is one of my favorite Friday the 13ths.
Did you ever watch that Never Hike Alone fan movie?
Yes. I did watch that.
Okay.
It was alright. It was pretty good. Robert Justifan says, no Part 7, no Uber. That's the big bummers, are Part 7 and the no Uber Jason. Those are bummers.
I don't care for Part 9.
Yeah, you don't really need it. It's... Yeah, Part 9 is... That's rough.
Part 8 would be kind of cool, because he had like the whole like wet...
the wet, the soggy look. That would be kind of cool. That's kind of what the movie Maniacs really looks like. Yeah. It's more like that. It's not really looking like Jason Part 9. Jason goes to double hacky sticks. It looks more like the way he looked in Jason Takes Manhattan. So there's a bummer that those happen, but they're not. I feel like they still kind of look like normal Jason, sort of, other than Uber Jason. Whereas you needed Roy, he's a totally different thing. Reboot's totally different.
They didn't get a single Kane Hodder Jason out though.
That is kind of weird.
They didn't get any Kane Hodder.
Oh
Jason
yeah,
out.
that is crazy. They didn't get out any Canes. That's really crazy. Be nice if they did Victims, Alice, Tommy, Shaq, Corey Feldman. Be great if they did Tommy, because Tommy's such a cool part of the game.
Yeah. Well.
Go ahead.
The guy that played Shelly in Part 3 made a post on NECA's Facebook page saying, "Where's my figure?" And yeah.
I don't know if you need a Shelly.
You don't need a Shelly, but
yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to have a Shelly. Remember when we were playing the game one time?
Yeah,
we were trying to protect Shelly.
He was just looking out the window.
We loved Shelly so much. We were like, oh, we gotta save Shelly.
He's just looking at the window.
Shelly. Okay, what are you guys' thoughts on the 6-inch Fortnite figures? I think they look great. I think that the Jazzwares.
Companies?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's talking about the Jazzwares.
McFarlane's like 7-inch or something, right?
Yeah, I think McFarlane's more like 7-inch. Oh no, they're pretty close. They might be 6-inch. I've seen people where they have wild card, the McFarlane wild card, and the Jazzwares for wild card together. They look about the same size. I could be wrong. We actually haven't seen any of the Jazzwares 6-inch in stores yet. I've only seen them online. You haven't seen them.
I haven't seen them.
We've seen the McFarlane ones. We've seen the Jazzwares small ones. You have a couple of the Jazzwares small ones.
Yeah, I have those.
But yeah, we've never seen the 6-inch ones in stores. But if I saw that wild card, I'd buy it.
Oh, I want that wild card.
It worked for Mr. Negative.
There's so many things it worked for. It's just a really cool suit body. I was thinking about maybe using it for arcade, for X-Men.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like tweaking it to make it arcade.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be really awesome. Let's see. The Friday the 13th Jason movie where he goes to HEW hockey sticks, you can see Freddy Krueger grabbing Jason's mask.
Yep,
that's true, and that's actually Kane Hodder's hand in the mask, in the glove.
And it was 10 years till you got that crossover movie.
Yeah.
They gave you that, and you had to wait 10 years before you actually got Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. So Kane Hodder is the only guy that's played Jason, Freddy, Leatherface.
Yep.
And then he played Michael Myers in a fan film. So he's kind of played all four. Okay. Be nice, NECA, and be nice if NECA did Nancy too. Yeah, that is the most needed one for Nightmare on Elm Street.
They got Laurie Strode out.
Yeah.
I hope now that they have Part 2 license, they can get Laurie Strode and Loomis out from that movie.
That'd be really cool.
Just get them out from the first scene since it's the same outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be sweet if NECA did Spawn. That'll never happen though. McFarlane, that's his baby. So it would be cool though. It would be cool.
If he does an articulated one, I'd be fine with that.
That's a good question. What are your absolute favorite creative team runs on Amazing Spider-Man? I really loved the McFarlane era. I loved Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, obviously. I loved John Romita. Eric Larson. I'd say I'm more thinking about the artist than I do. J.M. I don't know how to say his name. J.M. DiMattier or whatever it is. DiMattier? Where he did Craven's Last Hunt. Him and Mike Zeck. I thought those were awesome.
That comic's good.
Yeah, those were great. I love Eric Larson. Love Mark Bagley. That's tough, man. It's tough. All right, not to be a jerk, and I realize no one's spoiling anything at all, but I just want to be sure that wouldn't happen. I want to ask everyone who's seen Spider-Man, please don't spoil anything. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I can't really monitor this. I wish I could. Is there a way of making somebody a monitor?
Yeah.
Bacon, have you seen it? Add moderator. Bacon, you're now a moderator on my channel. So if you happen to spot a chat message, and you see one before I do, I think you might be able to delete it now. I don't know. Well, you've not seen it, but if you happen to see any kind of posts, let's see, has somebody else seen it that I always see on here? Let me go back up here. I know somebody said they saw it.
Kevin Smiley.
Kevin Smiley.
I thought someone else saw it too. I like Far From Home.
Who all has seen it?
Williams, he said.
Who all has seen it?
Jaron Williams.
Jaron Williams, did you say you saw Spider-Man
I'm
Far From
pretty
Home?
sure because it said I like it.
Jaron, have you seen Spider-Man Far From Home? Did Jim Lee ever do Spider-Man, or was it just the X-Men? I don't know. I don't think he ever drew Spider-Man in a book. I can't remember. I don't think he ever did a run on Spider-Man. All right, Jaron, I'm making you a moderator in this chat as well. So if you happen to see any spoiler posts that pop up for Spider-Man Far From Home, if you could possibly delete those. Bacon, let me know if this is working, because I just added you as a moderator. You should be able to go to a comment and click on 3 little dots along the side of it, and click on remove. And be able to remove people's comments now. Jaron, same deal. Alright, so you guys are moderating this chat now. If you see, but just go ahead and if you spot one and I don't get to it, if you can remove it, that'd be great. I don't think anybody here is going to spoil anything. I mean, most of the people that show up in this chat are cool people that like us, and they're not going to do that kind of thing. I was really enjoying that person that kept on popping up in each chat and telling us that a celebrity died that hadn't really died. Yeah. I thought that was awesome. So whoever that was, if they come back and do another one, I would love that. So anyway, okay, so we've talked about that. Let's talk about those Marvel Legends. I think it's really cool that Wolverine with the cowboy hat comes with the head that's on the retro card back without the mask.
Yeah, that is nice.
That's really nice, because when we saw that figure, we were assuming that he was going to come with a head without that mask.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't.
So it'll be really cool to have that head available to put on the black costume Madripoor Wolverine. I think that'll be awesome. So the reviews are starting to go up from MCU Collector, and I think the whole wave looks great.
Yeah, it does.
They all look really cool. I'm not digging those claws on that X-Force Wolverine, though. They're so big. Like, a lot of people are digging them, but they're so big. They're like, they go from here, and then they come out to like here. So there's no way when he pulls his claws back in that they're gonna fit inside of his arms. Like, they'd be like, they'd split his hand apart when they came out. Like, they would just be humongous. They're so big. And it's kind of frustrating because I like all my Wolverines to match. Okay, let me get caught up here. We're gonna get back to this. Stanley was my favorite writer. When he lost him, I cried. Yeah, I was pretty bummed too. Robert Justafan like Brightburn. I haven't seen it yet. Toy Bills, what's up, dude? Roger Stern. Yeah, Roger Stern. That's a great one. On Spectacular Amazing Spider-Man, Pure Awesome Sauce. That is great. Moderators go on power trips. Bacon's one of my really good friends, and Jaron's a really great guy too. So I don't think either one of them are gonna. They're only gonna delete comments if they see something spoilery from Spider-Man Far From Home. Saw on Netflix The Spider-Verse on your recommendation was real good. Hey, dude, it's so good. We just watched it again today. My daughter rewatched it again, and as I was watching, I was quoting lines. It was happening. I love it. It was so good. What do you think about the series Doomsday Clock? I still haven't read it.
It's late.
It's always late, but I'm gonna wait for it to come out in trade because I don't think I'd be able to deal with the whole late thing.
I don't know if I'll actually read it. I'm fine with Watchmen being its own thing.
Whoa, Jaron, tomorrow's gonna tell the girl who I like her. Whoa, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. No matter what happens, it's better to get something like that out because you'll never know what might have happened. You never know what's gonna happen. It's better to try and it not work out than it is to never try at all, because it could work out, it might not work out, but you'll never know unless you do something. So the regret of never doing something is way worse than what could possibly happen if you reveal it. So kudos to you, dude. Awesome job. It's pretty good. Excited for Stranger Things. I think you watched all of Stranger Things. No spoilers on that either, please. I have not watched anything of Stranger Things yet for season 3. So yeah, please don't spoil those things either. Okay, so the rest of that wave, the Wendigo, I feel is not the best Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, I don't like his head sculpt.
I don't either.
I wish it was more of a classic-looking Wendigo figure.
Basically, look at that Sasquatch figure up there, and imagine it painted white with a weird, like, werewolf-looking head. There's something weird about his head. It doesn't look like Wendigo. Like the Wendigo I have.
Long hair?
So that Wendigo right there. Can you get in that case and get that Wendigo out?
That one?
Yeah.
And I was saying this yesterday to you, that it's the perfect time to get Wendigo out, because they have that Wolverine Hulk 2-pack coming out, so people are going to want a Wendigo to go.
They're going to want a Wendigo, and that Wendigo's not that great. Yeah, close it up. So this Wendigo that was in one of the old Fin Fang Foom wave, I think this looks more like Wendigo than the Wendigo they're doing now. I don't know what that Wendigo design is that they're doing, but this guy, let's see if I'll focus in on him. I'm going to hold it up here for a second. This guy is like dead on what I want Wendigo to look like. Focus? Will you focus?
I don't.
It's not gonna focus. He's gonna be up here for a while though, because I'm just gonna keep holding him there.
It's HBO that's making that Watchmen series. Yeah, he was asking if it was Netflix.
Oh yeah, Netflix though I think is getting Sandman. Neil Gaiman's
really?
Sandman. Yeah, I think they're working on that.
I thought there was another thing that just came out that was a comic book show that wasn't like a superhero show.
The Boys.
The Boys.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Let me get caught up in this real quick. Wendigo should have had long hair and a bestial face for sure. Like this one, Bacon. He should look like this one. There's something weird about the head on that other one. I don't really mind the reuse of the Sasquatch body, but the head sculpt is wrong. So I'm hopeful that one day somebody will do a custom head for that Wendigo Build-A-Figure, because I do like the size of him. I do like that he matches up to Sasquatch. I just don't really like the head that much. The rest of the wave, though, I really like, except for Cannonball. Let's see. What is the deal with getting the Fox X-Men 1/6 scale Sideshow Hot Toys type figures? License issue. Love to have see Fastman, Magneto, or Quicksilver. Kevin, there are some great third-party unlicensed ones from that. I don't know why. I guess Hot Toys showed a first-class Professor X a long time ago, and I think maybe they teased Magneto as well. Those never came out, and I feel like they were just reluctant. They didn't think they were going to make enough money on it. So Hot Toys does weird things sometimes. At that time, they were like, if it wasn't Batman, it wasn't Iron Man, they weren't doing it. But there's some really great third-party ones from So Toys, Toys Era, and I think CGL is the other company. And they've done tons of stuff. There's been a couple different Quicksilvers. There's been a couple different Colossus. There's been a couple different Fassbender Magnetos. They've done him both in the Days of Future Past outfit, which I have, and I love that figure. And they've done him in the Apocalypse outfit. And then they've done like the Halle Berry Storm from the first movie, and they've also done her in Days of Future Past outfit. They've got a Mystique on the way. They've just shown Nightcrawler. They've just shown Beast. Really, really cool stuff. Let's see. I'm going to get caught up here. I'll never have that Fin Fang Foom Wave figure, so the new Battle figure it is. That figure is really not that expensive, dude. It's like a $30 to $40 figure loose if you can catch it at the right time. They sometimes go a little more expensive, but I think the price even might come down now that the Build-A-Figure's coming out. So watch out for that Wendigo. He's a really great figure. Never seen Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, or Harry the Potter. I'm old school into Star Trek, TOS, TNG, Doctor Who, BSG, Space 1999 from Driver Just a Fan. There's nothing wrong with anything you just said. Those are all great things to watch. You never have to watch those other things. And there's a lot of times where I'll rewatch old movies again and again and again because I know I'm going to be satisfied and I won't watch something new. So I totally get that mentality, man.
I just rewatched that Deep Space Nine episode where they went back to the original series.
Oh, that's great. Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah, I just watched that one like last week.
We would love a 6-inch G.I. Joe line. Okay, somebody wants to pop downstairs and say hi. That person can pop downstairs and say hi, but they can't stay for too long because I have a lot of stuff to get caught up on here. So Gracie, if you want to come down, you can say hi, but you can't stay down too long, okay? Alright, so would you be interested in a 6-inch G.I. Joe line, much like Star Wars Black Series?
My most wanted toy line right now.
I would love that.
What I want.
Love that.
I buy everything from that line.
I don't understand why Hasbro isn't doing that. It seems like the perfect way to get more life out of the G.I. Joe license right now. It seems like they've bled the 3 3/4 line as far as they can, I mean, they've done all those repaints and they've kept the line going through Master Collector for so long and charged so much for 3 3/4 figures reusing the same parts. So it seems like the 6-inch line is the way to go. More and more collectors have switched to 6-inch. Imagine a line with card backs, like the Black Series vintage style card backs or the Retro line X-Men, but on that G.I. Joe card back with a figure that looks like it's classic design and 6-inch.
Really cool.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy, we got a little visitor down here. So Gracie came down to say hi. She's in her PJs already. She ate a bunch of pizza. Did you like your pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
So Gracie, what did you get today?
It is a Spider-Man team.
You got a little Spider-Man figure. I gave you that Miles Morales that came with the Spider-Verse DVD, right?
Yeah.
And then you got a new baby doll last night,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And you got a new book today. What'd you get?
I got McStuffins.
Doc McStuffins. James Bacon just said hi to you. Do you remember him? You saw him at Jungle Gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say you remember him. I'm not sure if you do, but yeah.
Bello?
He had cereal. Or you had cereal. You were getting cereal. You told him you loved you.
Beer cereal.
Hey, what's up, Veer? What's happening, dude? Alright. You want to go back up to Mommy now so you can lay down?
Yeah.
Alright, say bye-bye.
Bye.
Alright. There we go. We get caught up on what you guys said here. Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends did some really good stuff with Spider-Man. That's true, too. From the Saga of the Alien Costume to Mayday, Parker, Spider-Girl. Totally true, man. Great stuff. Hello, Veer. Jaron says hi to Gracie. Jaron says he finally got his first Hot Toy Star Trek Stark suit Spider-Man from Homecoming. That's great, dude. What a cool Hot Toy. I want Tom Hardy as Wolverine and Venom, playing double duty, man. I don't even want to think about another Wolverine right now.
Yeah, no,
I really don't want to think about it even.
Maybe go with someone unknown.
Yeah,
when you do get around to it.
I want to have some distance from, because Hugh Jackman's so great. He went out on such a high note that I just want to take some time off from Wolverine. We haven't seen Far From Home yet, Veer. If you've seen it, please no spoilers for everybody in the chat. Have you seen it, Veer? I always love that Hall of Heroes figures, but they seem fragile. Yes, dude. I really want 6-inch. And there's so much stuff they're doing with the 6-inch line now that it's like with 6-inch waves and all that retro stuff and the way they're able to reuse certain pieces of molds like in Marvel Legends and everything. It's
Oh, he watched it
yesterday. That's awesome, dude.
Cool.
Rashad says, first time watching the live show, love your weekly pickup videos. Hey, thanks, dude. That's awesome. I really enjoyed those pickup videos. It's fun to show you guys what we're reading and what we're into. So I'm just going to keep on doing them. They're easy to do, they're quick, and it has something new on there each week to keep the channel consistent with new videos. Is there anything you guys want to say about the Marvel Legends waves?
No, you pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, the Cannonball's a super disappointment.
Yeah, it's
Huge.
very much.
He's not only half a Cannonball guy, but he's squishy. Like it seemed like it was not super squishy, but it was like a softer rubber, the Jet Blast, and it's hollow. So there's no reason that he should have come with legs.
Definitely.
That's a cheap piece. There's no reason for it. I don't understand what's happening. I love your Batman 89 website. Thanks, Jaron. Thanks very much, dude. I have something new coming on there. And I'm going to say it here on the live stream. I haven't revealed this to anybody yet. I kind of teased it on the Batman 89 Facebook page, but I haven't told anybody else this yet. But I have now. I put some new things I had on the website that hadn't been seen before were the Batman preview video and the Batman electronic press kit for the Batman 89 film. I made a deal with a guy and I got the Batman Returns electronic press kit. So that'll be going up in chunks over at 1989batman.com and at the Batman Facebook page and at our other YouTube channel. It's all the Batman 89 stuff in chunks. There's a B-roll section of B-roll footage, like B-roll. With B-roll is where they were filming. There's just filming stuff that's going on, and it may never make it into the movie. There's a B-roll section on that. There's a bunch of interviews on it. There's some really cool stuff on this electronic press kit. So look forward to the Batman Returns electronic press kit coming to 1989batman.com in time. We need to on the big screen or Red Hood. Totally, man. Oh yeah, watch the Cannonball review, man. MCU Collector goes into it saying that he's like, I don't really have a big problem with this, but as the review goes on, he's like, yeah, this is bad. This is kind of bad. I want the Iron Man and Iron Man Spider 2-pack, Iron Spider 2-pack from Infinity War. You talking about the Marvel Legends, Jared? Totally, man. That'd be cool. Keaton is serious. He's real serious. What's your favorite Ghostbuster character and Transformer? What's your Ghostbuster character and Transformer?
At first I thought he was talking about
You talking about Ectotron?
No, but he's asking
Oh, which is your favorite of those? You want to go first?
Me?
Yeah, favorite Ghostbuster, favorite Transformer.
Peter Venkman and Blur.
Peter Venkman and Soundwave.
Peter Venkman and Hot Rod. That was awesome. But speaking of that, I'm going to segue into the Ectotron disaster. Can you go grab me those 2 Ectotrons that are up there?
Cool. Oh, I haven't.
So, I ordered Ectotron from GameStop. And at the time, Blaze didn't want Ectotron.
Yeah, then
He
I
wasn't
read
that interested.
Then I read the comic.
So, I ordered 2 Ectotrons at the time, and I pre-ordered them from GameStop.com. So, I got my box from GameStop.com the other day, and it was this huge box, like this box that was way too big. It was really tall and really long, and the box was completely crushed on one end, like just smashed in. I open up the box, and there's these 2 Ectotrons in the very bottom corner, sitting like this, where the box was barely wide enough to hold them this way, but had so much extra room all over the box. I'm going to get caught up on what people are saying here. Have you seen the 4K HD version of Batman and Batman Returns? I didn't like it. I've heard bad things about the audio on Batman, and I don't think I want to watch it. So, we watched Batman Returns in the theater, which was the 4K HD transfer, and that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
There's slight little changes, but not so egregious as the Batman changes that I've seen.
I feel like
So
it might just be the way some TVs are set up with their settings, but I feel like 4K just gives a blue wash to.
it does. It does have this weird tone. I'm so used to seeing it a certain
nighttime
way.
look like daytime.
It's the audio though that really
Yeah.
messes it up. The complete changes to Batman 89's audio I can't deal with. I kind of wish that Batman 89 comics, same as 78 Superman, like Batman 66 and 78 WWE. We say this all the time, man. We'd love a continuation of Batman 89 as a comic book. Jaron says Winston is my favorite and Jazz is my favorite. Those are great picks. Jazz is my favorite Transformer. Veer says we want Ecto Cooler, and I totally agree. I want that to come back with Ghostbusters 2020. And Master Lurk at 89 says Egon and Starscream. That was a great question, Veer, because tons of people are jumping in. So, I look at the box, I open it up, it's got 4 of these really thin air pillows that you might as well not have thrown in the box. A box that's large, when you put something small in a box this large, you have to surround it with packing material. And it has to be a thick enough material that the box itself won't get crushed by weight. It's got to have some substance to it. So all these were stuck down the bottom and had some air. So anything that was on top of that box, no matter how light or heavy it was going to crush that box. GameStop does not know how to pack a box. There was no reason for these 2 to be in that box like that. So this one is completely crushed. Like, I don't know if you guys can see all that, but it totally smashed up the bottom of the box, just like mashed it. So I bought 2 of these, one thinking for myself that I want to have a really nice box, and one I was going to put back for Keaton for his birthday or Christmas eventually, because I knew he wanted it, and I didn't know if it was going to sell out super fast or what. The other one, it's a little bit smushed. There's a couple dings here and there, but it wasn't so bad. But it was still really frustrating that it showed up like that. I was super bummed. So I call up GameStop, and I'm like, hey, you sent me this box. Oh, another thing is, I lurked online and other people's reviews and stuff, and the same thing happened to so many people. If you order 2, they show up in this kind of box from GameStop, they were crushed. Tons and tons of people, this happened to. So I called up GameStop, and I talked to this lady on the phone, and I'm explaining what happened, and she's like, oh, we'll have to talk to UPS about that. And I'm like, well, you don't need to talk to UPS about it, because there's nothing UPS could have done with this box. The way you guys packed this was horrible. So it's not UPS's fault, it's your guys' fault for the way you packed it. And I just want to figure out what you want to do about it now, because I don't want to keep this one. This one is mashed. I don't feel like I should have to keep this mashed one, and this one is not super mint either.
It's better than the other one.
It's better than the other one, but it's still, I shouldn't have to.
Right, you should have
for
to.
$50 a piece, you shouldn't have to accept this. So she comes back and says, well, what we can do is, we can send you a return tag, send everything back. And then in 3 to 5 days, we'll process a refund and send a return and send you new ones out. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make much sense, because I just told you I'm willing to keep this one. This one can go to Keaton, because it's got a couple things, but I do want a mint one. I want a really nice mint one. So I don't want to send them both back, because what happens if you send it the exact same way, and now I get 2 really crushed ones? And she's like, oh, well, I can't put in a guarantee that it won't show up again in the same way. I'm like, okay, well, that's terrible. And plus, if I have to wait for a call tag and then send it to you, and then you take 3 to 5 days to process it, who's to say that this thing isn't going to sell out in that time period? Mm-hmm. And she goes, oh, we can't guarantee that either. Like, well, I'm not doing that then. That's a terrible idea. That's not the way you fix this. So she says, we'll have to call you back. We're going to escalate your case. So she comes back later on and says, we can refund you $20 per item. And I'm like, okay, at that point, that's close to buying a new one. I'm willing to pony up the 10 extra bucks and hope that I get a nice one. So then that puts it at, I've got 2 and 1 more on the way. And so now I don't have to wait for birthday or Christmas. And I got Blaze Cover 2. There's your Ectotron, and there's your Ectotron.
Oh, wow, thanks.
Yeah. So there you guys go.
Oh.
I've been waiting to give those to you guys since for this live stream. So you don't have to wait for your birthday, and you don't have to wait for anything.
Nice.
So now you both got Ectotron. Do you want to open yours up while we're talking?
I know I'm not going to open things.
Go get that blade up there. I don't think you really care about this box being smashed, but I thought you might want to keep it.
Yeah,
so.
I do want to keep it.
So we're going to open one of these guys up right
I
now.
don't care about that. Just...
Veer says, I love the Marshmallow Man. I do too. Cosmos and Tracks from Robert Just a Fan. I found Cosmos in the dirt when I was a kid. Me and a friend were watching cheerleaders as kids, and I looked down on the ground and I saw Cosmos buried in the dirt. So that's how I got my Cosmos. Watch out for that. Don't shop there anymore. Bad service. Yeah, I would say it was kind of like pulling teeth to get her to understand that this was not the right way to do that. Keaton's Perspective Stories. Whoa.
What?
Keaton's Perspective is the channel. That's interesting. Did Brody rename this channel?
No.
All right.
No, we just did
James Bacon says happy birthday. So this comes with a little Slimer that's way too big to be in scale with Ectotron.
It's...
Come here, Slimer. He's out of there. He's kind of gushy and green. He's a nice sculpt. I wish he was actually kind of painted.
Is he not?
He's not painted. He's all just molded in this green translucent plastic. But he's a really nice sculpt. Like he looks like movie Slimer. Other than the arms being kind of small, he looks cool. Let's see. I'm a pretty cool dad. Thanks, Jaren. You're a pretty cool guy. People don't care about toy presentations anymore, aka Target, GameStop, Walmart. Not like the old days where they show all the stuff like old school Toys R Us. Totally true, man. And they also don't seem like Amazon sends stuff in a box with a label stuck on it sometimes.
Yeah,
They don't understand that people want to keep this
especially
stuff.
like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like
JCC says, I got new vintage collectors from Amazon. The boxes were wrecked. Got a $15 Amazon credit from the live chat, but I think the dude was flirting. Flirting? Because they can't use my mom's name. That's pretty funny. Hey, that's a good idea. We have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home. No spoilers, please, from Keaton's Perspective Stories. Please don't say anything about the movie because there's a lot of people in chat that have not seen it. He says it's his second favorite Spider-Man movie, though. I think it's going to be tough for me to say that because my 2 favorite Spider-Man movies are Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2.
And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is also
Yeah.
pretty hard to beat.
There's his Ectotron. There's Keaton's Ectotron. I don't know if we're going to transform it right now.
I don't know.
Are there no instructions?
There's your instructions.
This is the instructions?
Oh,
That's
no.
the instructions. Unless yours is just missing it, that's the whole instructions. There's no instruction booklet?
What's
What in the world?
Where?
There's no instruction booklet. These things up here are the only instructions.
Oh, this is great.
I guess
Actually,
he's
that doesn't
easy.
Look that hard.
I guess it's easy. I'm going to try it.
It's only 5 steps.
Brody messed up the name of his channel. It's not Keaton's Perspective.
Oh, sweet.
Let's see. What is your favorite episode? What are you... I thought you were making like a predator noise there. What is your favorite episode of your podcast? Mine is the Small Wonders episode. Small Wonders episode?
Yeah, remember?
Oh yeah, where we did the Small Wonder. Yeah, that's for everybody's probably least favorite episode
It's your least favorite.
of the episode. That one we always think that nobody probably enjoyed that. We always think that was probably the worst.
It doesn't look hard.
I wish they made Gummy Bear Slimers. Oh, that'd be awesome. Do you like the Transformers animated series Generation 1? Heck yeah, I do, man. Yeah, this may not be that hard.
It doesn't look that hard. Look, you pull out the stuff.
Does this come off? This thing comes off. Oh, it's like a proton pack.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
Does this thing unplug? That unplugs.
That unplugs.
Does this come
That-
off?
That unplugs.
I don't know. Does this unplug?
Yeah, just pull this piece out, I think.
It looks like it unplugs, but I'm not going to take that part off. That doesn't look like it unplugs.
It looks like it unplugs.
They give you, it's 5 steps. There seems like there's a lot of stuff they skipped.
No? And then just pull this down.
Pull this down? Which way does this go?
I don't know.
I'm not making the noise. That's my problem.
Well, I
Does this
think
thing flip?
It didn't help.
This thing doesn't flip. This thing does flip. Oh yeah, there it goes. This part goes. Oh, that's hard. That's hard to do. That'll hurt your fingernails. People these days. That's us. Where's this going? Okay, this goes up.
Yeah, and then that's the head.
So he apparently reuses a mold. Does this flip up?
No.
It looks like he's got eyes under there, but he's got his like ecto goggles going on too. He's got a name tag that says Ectotron. All right, let me go this way.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, this is hard. Oh, by the way, is like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie has a. Okay. All right, I'm deleting. I'm sorry, Keaton or Brody. I gotta remove you from the channel, buddy. I knew about that cameo, but other people didn't.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna. Sorry, buddy. I gotta take you off the channel, bud.
Use my time
All right.
Hopefully no one read that.
Sorry about that. Brody, you can't say anything about the movie, dude. Nothing about anything on the movie, man. Nobody's seen it, so that's it. You can't tell anything about the movie because that's spoiling things, man. No problem. I got it. No, yeah, just don't worry about what he said. You don't need to know anything about what he said. All right, sorry, guys.
I think you got this.
Okay, how does this work though?
I think you
So the proton pack, how does it flip? Does this part pull out?
Maybe they like push
I wish there was an
inside.
instruction book.
We should
They
do
might
this after
push
the
the side.
video.
I should do this after the video.
Yeah, we should definitely.
Wait, this part moves.
It's
This part
too late
moves.
then.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I got it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
And that just goes in there, right there.
This goes in here.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, he does use his web, and he swings.
No.
Okay, this part. Okay, I'm not gonna get this. I'm not gonna get this right. Oh, I did. I got it. So he's got a proton pack on his back, and this thing pops into the proton pack, right? This plugs into
I
here.
think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
That's a pretty cool figure.
Okay, I'm doing a horrible
I think
job.
it's the other hand.
It's okay.
You unplugged that too.
All right, it's okay. That's all right. It's gonna be okay.
Don't worry.
All right. This kind of works. Sort of, kind of works.
Is it the right hand? Oh, I don't know.
There we go. So he's got a proton pack on there. Just mash it together. That's what I got to do. It's kind of works together. I can't seem to see where I put the pieces. I'm also going to delete that Veer because maybe people haven't seen that as well. All right. There we go. I can't put this piece. Okay.
You knocked it out.
There we go. There's that on the back. He looks awesome.
Yeah.
That's
he
way
does.
cool. That's way cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so here we go. Let me get caught up. I haven't seen it, but I heard Spider-Man uses it. Okay, I'm all caught up. All right, what was the last thing we needed to talk about? There was something else that got revealed, shown.
I think so.
Not toy news, but there was pictures from the Bill and Ted.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
Keanu Reeves shaved.
Yeah, and it looks way different. Like
He looks
different.
way different. He looks way different. Jaron says, think of a movie that you haven't seen that you want to see and picture it like a gallon of milk. When people spoil it, they're spoiling movie milk. That's totally true. That's a good analogy. Yeah, I let everybody experience a movie for themselves, no matter what, no matter how minor the thing you think that you're saying is. If a person hasn't seen the movie, it may not be minor to them. So anytime that you're saying something about a movie, I haven't, like, if anybody comes up to me and I'm waiting for a movie and they say, oh, have you seen this yet? And I've seen it, and they wanted to start telling me, oh, this isn't a spoiler, but you'll really like this scene, or pay attention during this scene. So I love spoiling movies for other people. It's so fun.
Is it a
So
joke,
I'm
or-
going to remove you. Let's see. I'm sorry. You're going to have to
Oh no, Dad.
take you away for a little bit, just in case.
So,
So they're making a RoboCop sequel. I heard. I haven't spoiled for Toy Story 4 yet. I'm so happy I was not so lucky with Endgame. This is crazy with all the spoiler stuff
Yeah.
that's going on. Maybe we should let's move on to another thing that's not talking about spoilers.
There's a new Terminator.
There is a new Terminator coming,
Wasn't a fan
and
of
I
the
think that
trailer.
they're kind of spoiling the Terminator franchise.
Yes.
So
They spoiled it since Terminator 3.
They spoiled it since Terminator 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
And
they're
then it's
progressively keep spoiling.
It keeps getting
Terminator.
older and older. Like,
Yeah, it's like the worst. Veer, were you looking forward to the new Terminator? Have you seen the trailers for it? New Rambo
I'm
too.
more
Now,
excited
the
about
new
that.
Rambo
That looks
actually looks
good.
pretty good. I'm pretty excited about the new Rambo.
What about Bill and Ted?
Bill and Ted. So there's new Bill and Ted, and see they tried to spoil Bill and Ted with Bogus Journey,
Yes.
but now they're turning things back around a little bit. I think with Bill and Ted Face the Music. The new Jumanji trailer was great. I think the new
What?
Jumanji looks
There's a
awesome.
new Jumanji?
There's a new Jumanji. It's
Oh,
a sequel to the
that's
other Jumanji.
I love that Jumanji.
Yeah. It's so it's gonna be so the new Jumanji has Danny DeVito and
Danny DeVito?
I blanked on his name. Danny Glover. It's got Danny DeVito and Danny Glover. Justin John Connor. Okay, I don't know if that's true or not, so I'm gonna remove that. I don't know if it's true or not. So I don't. I know that the movie's not out yet, but the people are already seeing like
leaks and
stuff from
yeah.
it. So I'm gonna delete
Press
anything.
release.
I don't want to ruin anything. All right.
I think that's just jokes. Now.
That's just a joke, right?
Yeah.
Danny DeVito dies in the new Jumanji. I'm gonna let that one stay because that
That's a joke.
seems so silly. Danny DeVito dies. Not just the actor dies in the new Jumanji.
During
So Danny DeVito and Danny Glover are these old guys. Is in the movie where I guess one of the younger characters from the previous Jumanji movie, he lives there or something, and he's doing something with the game. And in the trailer, like Danny DeVito and Danny Glover get into the game, and so Danny DeVito, imagine if Danny DeVito dies in Jumanji the same way Penguin did in Batman Returns. Nice guys.
the penguins.
It's
like
penguins dragging
It's
him
like an
off.
Arctic part in the game.
My wife says, by the way, I heard Danny DeVito actually passed. Really sad news. Check it out. Thank you. So in Jumanji, yes, it's Danny DeVito as Frank from It's Always Sunny in Jumanji. That would be really crazy. It would be rated R for sure.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
Jared says he's wearing the same shirt as Blaze. I'm pointing
Why
this
are
way
you
because
pointing at me?
I'm looking at this like it's a mirror. So
the stream is out of control.
I know I can't even get a thought out. So Danny DeVito and Danny Glover are in the movie, and they get put into the bodies of, and this is all in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. Danny DeVito is in the Rock's body,
Yeah.
and Danny Glover is in Kevin Hart's body.
Yeah.
And then what's his name's back? Jack Black's back, and what's her name?
Karen
Gillan,
Yeah.
or whatever her name is. So they're back, and I think their original characters are back as those characters. Just imagine if the pitch movie. What if we make Dwayne Johnson play Danny DeVito?
No.
Absolute comedy gold, ironic or not? Yes, totally.
I think the guy that was
Yeah, don't say anything about the movie. Keen's perspective, yeah, saying nothing about the movie, man, because you never know what's a spoiler. Don't say anything about it.
Man,
I'm glad I already knew that, because that would be a bummer to have found that out this way.
the guy who was Kevin Hart in the first movie is Jack Black in this movie. It's not the same girl that was her in. I think that they showed that in the trailer.
Oh yeah, it's some other girl, I guess.
No, it's
oh,
the
the
guy
girl. Oh
that
yeah, the
was
guy.
Kevin
That's
Hart,
right. The guy
actually.
that was Kevin Hart is Jack Black this time
Yeah.
around. Okay, let me get caught up. Saltwatch Mojo had the most evil laugh as a good list. Saltwatch Mojo had most best evil laugh had a good list. I'll have to check that out. That does sound pretty good. Where you can find your podcast? Oh, my podcast is Action Features. It's me and Mike, one of my really good friends, and we do it every 2 to 3 weeks. And you can find it on either actionfeatures.net, or you can look it up on Action Features on the podcast app on iTunes. It's on Podbean. You can find it on there. He likes your new look, Keaton. I don't know what your new look even is. Jumanji is a game for those who seek to find a way to leave the world behind. It is, indeed. I didn't like the new Jumanji movie. I kind of enjoyed it.
It was better
Oh,
than
I
I
really
thought it was. I
liked
think
it.
that one was so low expectations.
Yeah,
And
I had
ended up
fun with it.
enjoying it. Yeah.
It wasn't as good as the original
No,
Jumanji,
not at
for
all.
sure.
And I ate like a whole bottle cap.
You did. We had like a movie inside night that night. Turning Jumanji into an adventure comedy was a stroke of genius. I totally agree. They're two totally different flavors of movie, but I think they're both really fun. Dr. Evil, Emperor, Agent Smith, Nicholson, Joker are awesome. Raimi, Norman Osborn, those are all great choices there. Those are awesome. Nicholson, Joker. You know who's got a really good laugh is that Joaquin Phoenix as Joker.
Yeah.
In that trailer?
Yeah, it was.
That trailer where he
Especially
laughs
the second
is
laugh.
so
like,
good.
The first one in the comedy club was pretty good,
But the second one
Yeah.
was really, really good. I don't know what's going to happen to the Avengers, man. We're going to have to find out. You know, we'll see in future films what Avengers stick around, what Avengers don't. DeLorean is a transformer would be awesome like Ectotron.
yeah,
They
that's
did
great.
say, when they did Ectotron,
Yeah.
They said this is the first of many they're hoping to do.
I want every single one probably.
I would love an A-Team van.
Yeah.
I would love a DeLorean. I would love
Kit.
Knight Rider.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
would like John Wick's car probably.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, there'd be a ton. There's a ton of movie cars that would be fun to see them do.
89 Batmobile.
89 Batmobile would be awesome. There'd be so many cool things they could do.
It'd be hard to get their length and stuff though.
Yeah, well, plus a lot of that is licensing that may not work out so well. Like with Batman being held by, McFarlane does DC stuff now and DC Collectibles. But there is another company. Oh, we should talk about this real quick. Waiting on my mom's spaghetti dinner. She makes delicious spaghetti. Dude, spaghetti's awesome. I'm gonna get that off of there. Let's see. So, if they had a Batmobile Transformer, I will actually scream, especially if it's the 89 Batmobile.
Yeah,
If it's the 89 Batmobile, that'd be amazing. But yeah, it's tough to think about how licensing would work between two companies, like the way Mattel kind of handles it and DC Collectibles, having to meet with Hasbro and them work together to do this kind of thing. I mean, it works with Ghostbusters, but it seems like Ghost Corps and Ghostbusters, they're a lot more willing to. Hey, David Patrick, what's up, man? They're a lot more willing to work with companies and free up the license sum so they can work with multiple companies. It's kind of nice that they managed to work it that way. But speaking of crossovers with companies, DC Collectibles just showed. So they showed they were doing that Michelangelo dressed as Batman.
Yeah,
For San Diego
awesome.
Comic.
I love that.
And we all thought that maybe that was just a one-shot deal, that they worked out the licensing to be able to do that. DC Collectibles was going to do that. But then DC Collectibles this week posted a teaser that it looks like they're going to be doing like way more with that. Like maybe a whole line. Is it 2-packs? Is that what they said now?
I think that's what they said.
What?
I think that's what the rumor was. Just random turtles with random Batman characters.
Oh, really?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Like a Leonardo and a Batman together.
Shredder and Joker.
Shredder and Joker. Oh my gosh. And
Is Michelangelo going to be a 2-pack if they would?
Oh, I'm sure it'd be like
It might be
Michelangelo and
Michelangelo though, not the Batman.
I'm sure. Yeah, so I think the Batman costume's only made at San Diego Con.
Probably.
They're bringing back Osmosis Jones on the big screen on July 28th for real? That's awesome, dude. I had no idea. JCC says, sorry you got bounced. Great stream as always. Thanks very much, dude. And by the way, Jaren and Bacon, I know I've got you guys as moderators right now, but if either one of you have to go, don't feel like you have to stick it out. Just because I put you as a moderator right now. It's totally no big deal. Take it off of there if you want. Kevin Smiley says, listen to your Waterworld podcast on Action Features. Probably the first time I thought of movie in a long time. Funny observations. Dude, that's awesome. It's always nice to hear somebody that listens to the podcast. That's really great, man. Thank you.
Played a board game on it. It's the most visual.
We totally played a board game. So, yeah, for anybody that doesn't know our podcast, we played the Waterworld podcast. We played the Waterworld board game while we podcasted about Waterworld. It's a total visual game. It's the same thing when we did Small Wonder, where we're talking about an episode or something like that. Nobody has the Small Wonder DVDs. Nobody could put in a DVD and follow along with us.
You talk about the original Mission Impossible figures that no one has.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff on the podcast that nobody else would be able to help. Can Wolverine cut through Colossus? I think he can.
I think he could.
There's a movie with Chris Evans and James Bond coming.
Yeah, it's a mystery murder movie. It kind of
Knives Out.
Vibe.
Knives Out.
And it's
It's by Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, the minute I heard it was Ryan Johnson, I didn't even watch the trailer.
Some people said they like Looper, and I watched the trailer. It looked good in some parts. Some of it was just kind of comedy that seemed out of place in the movie.
Yeah.
What steel is?
He's living steel.
But
they never said like
adamantium, which can cut through pretty much.
Yeah, his razor sharp adamantium can cut through Colossus. I mean, I like Colossus a lot, but I think he cut through him. I don't know. There's a time where Wolverine would need to do it though, unless he was like in a berserker rage and couldn't control himself. Theater in Colombia for one night. Are you gonna go to Colombia for it? Colossus is made of osmium, which is the most dense element on the table. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Good to know, man. I was just thought it was living steel, but it sure is an adamantium. And Wolverine's got it. Thank you. They should bring back Indiana Jones. They have brought back Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's where I saw it for the first time.
I went there with
and
my
you saw it,
suit on.
and you were dressed as Indiana Jones to see it at the theater. Everybody in the theater loved that. Like they freaked out when he came in there. It was 2 separate times. Yeah. I was asking due to the Colossus fight against Juggernaut in Deadpool 2. Okay, so you're asking, that's what brought you to that. I liked the Colossus versus Juggernaut fight in Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
I just wish that Juggernaut was wearing his outfit.
Yeah, definitely.
I could have done without the butt scene too. Because his thing came out, and you could see his butt.
Yeah,
They're gonna do that, but he didn't have to do that. He was a lot more Juggernaut than Juggernaut was in X-Men 3, that's for sure. Check this out.
What was that?
Pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Bring in gameplay of you guys playing Fortnite.
He was really
I'm the
one
only
that
one
plays
who plays
He's
Fortnite.
the only one that plays it. Osmosis Jones, Bill Murray, or Ghostbusters Bill Murray. I'm sorry, David.
Ghostbusters
It's
Bill Murray.
easily Ghostbusters Bill Murray. So his metal can hold up against that. I don't think his metal can hold up against adamantium. That's what Bacon was saying, was that osmium, which is the most dense element on the table, but adamantium is a made-up metal
Which
that is
pretty
the
much a
hardest
full
metal
wall
in the Marvel
cut
Comics,
anything.
and they're razor sharp, so he could. It's a sharper thing and more dense, and he could cut through it. Let's see. They kind of went a little Michael Bay on the Deadpool 2. They kind of did a little bit. If there was one animated film to bring back in the theater, which movie would that be? I would love to see G.I. Joe the movie on a big screen.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I would love to see that. It's never been on a big screen before. Let's see.
Oh, the Uncharted video with.
Oh yeah, that was funny when my wife tried to play Uncharted. That was very
Oh, yeah.
funny. We should have her trying to play Fortnite. That's a great
Oh, I
idea.
don't know if she could do that. I have a weird setting and everything too.
It was. There was a lot of reverb on that burp. Let's see.
Alien. Talking about movies coming back to theaters. Alien is coming back this October.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
So Captain America's shield in the comics was
Oh.
for a while there they were referring to it as adamantium plus. That's what they were. When I was younger, I remember they were referring to that, and that's why Wolverine's claws couldn't cut through Captain America's shield. I don't know what adamantium plus was at that point, if that was a combination of adamantium and vibranium or what. But at that time, it was called adamantium plus for his shield. So if that means adamantium plus vibranium is like a mixture or something, then I guess it can. I gotta ask, being brothers, have you ever had any type, a psychic type link that could be kind of cool? Have you guys ever had a psychic link?
nope.
Nope.
They've had a
Not at
psycho
all.
link. These dudes are
Yes.
crazy. I used to own G.I. Joe the movie on VHS, but I rented it at Blockbuster multiple times. I love that movie so much. I taped it off TV when I was a kid and just watched it again and again.
Iron Giant would be kind of a fun animated movie to bring
Oh,
back.
I really liked that.
Or they did
was
that
good.
actually a couple years ago, I think.
Bring back the Christmas videos. That's awesome. Wild West 1999, Inspector Gadget 1999. What's going on right now, guys?
Adamantium can cut through adamantium, right? Some guy said that earlier.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think it can, because
I guess if it's like
I think it
razors,
can.
I don't know. It would be
I think
clanging
that's
against
the
each
only
other.
thing that can do it.
I guess it all depends on how sharp it is. You know what I mean?
Wolverine's
Like
claws.
the sharpness too would be. I don't know. It's a tough question. It's a tough
Because
nerd question.
I
that's
just
for
watched
sure.
X-Men episode.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the ship was made out of adamantium and Wolverine cut it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was, because...
No, I don't think it was. You're talking about the one where it was the spaceship
Yes.
and he had to cut through it.
Lady Deathstrike had the hands too, but she couldn't cut
She
through
couldn't cut through it, but was her adamantium in that?
it. I'm pretty sure it's adamantium.
I can't remember. Small Soldiers would be fun back in the theater. We need Blade back on the big screen. We need Snipes back. Yeah, for sure. Did I like Inspector Gadget, the Disney version? Was that the one with Matthew Broderick?
I think so.
I think I liked the first one, maybe?
I
It's
never
been a long
I never
time.
watched it.
That's like one of the first Build-A-Figures, though.
Is it?
Yeah, because you had to build the pieces from the, who had that? Like Burger King or McDonald's? You had to get pieces of Inspector Gadget to build him.
Oh, I do remember hearing
Yeah. I finally watched the Transformers anime movie that my dad went to see as a kid with him, and it was great. Yeah, that movie is great. I remember seeing it at the theater as a kid and bawling my eyes out when Optimus Prime died, and just being like, "What happened?" And my mom kind of being like, "Why did they do that?" These kids are like so upset, and that's the reason why the G.I. Joe they changed Duke dying in the G.I. Joe movie, because there was so much backlash over Optimus
There
Prime
was
dying.
a whole Goldberg's episode about that. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady Deathstrike did have adamantium X2. That's totally true. What's the cartoon Hulk versus Wolverine? Wolverine hunt the Hulk in the forest. It's a pretty brutal cartoon. That is Hulk versus Wolverine.
And it's really good.
It's really great. It's a double feature. It's Hulk versus Thor and Hulk versus Wolverine. The Hulk versus
Deadpool's
Thor is
in
good
it.
too.
Deadpool's
I never actually watched all of Hulk versus Thor. Like
It's
sitting
good.
down,
I don't
sitting
remember
through.
ever even beginning it.
But
I
Hulk
started
versus
it.
Wolverine's way better.
Yeah.
Deadpool's
And Hulk versus Wolverine kind of plays into the Wolverine and the X-Men series a little bit, and the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes a little bit, because it's got the same voice cast. The animation's kind of similar. But yeah, it's great. And Wolverine's got on like the costume with the whiskers. Like he's got his first
that is
appearance
really
costume.
cool.
Oh.
They make his things bigger, but he's got the whiskers, which is really cool on the mask. Did I watch Ozzy and the Drick series? I did not. I'm sorry, David. Hulk vs. Wolverine is better, for sure. The 90s Tiger toys, Inspector Gadget, are so expensive now, it's depressing. I actually had Dr. Claw from that line, and it was really neat because in the packaging they blocked out his face, because they never showed Dr. Claw's face in the cartoon. And the packaging in the toy actually blocked it out too. So you didn't know what Dr. Claw looked like until you bought the toy and opened him.
Was it cool?
It was disappointing. He had this weird, like, face, and he had this gray hair. He wasn't really intimidating. Mike Myers Cat in the Hat movie. What's happening right now? There's so many weird things that are popping up. Yeah, those are expensive toys, though, now, for sure. They're really cool, but they're expensive. Keith, look at you examining an Ectotron right now.
I was trying to put this plug back in.
Oh, you did it. You did it. It's weird, he's like a lefty. You know? It's got him as a left-handed proton pack.
No, I don't think.
No, like the cord's going out. I guess they had to make it work with the way the stuff is on the roof rack. So it had to go into the plug into this side.
Yeah.
And that is really cool, though.
Yeah.
He's really awesome. Now, I guess this, and if anybody knows on here, I guess this is, you remember the Gloob Inspector Gadget. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. No, I'm not thinking of that. It is the Tiger ones that I'm talking about. The Tiger ones made the 6-inch line. The Gloob one was the big tall one with the, like the cloth trench coat, if I remember right. Disney Inspector Gadget movie toys besides McDonald's. I don't know, man. How about old DreamWorks movies from the 90s and 2000s? Yeah, there's some fun ones. Which cartoon is Banner confronting the Absorbing Man in a diner? Cool scene, no clue. Oh, that was Avengers: Earth's Mightiest
that
Heroes.
was awesome.
That was that episode was Hulk versus the World,
I
maybe.
think that was like the second episode of the show.
Yeah, it was like the Hulk-centric episode. I want this poster behind you. Sorry, man, they're mine. Ants Chicken Run. Chicken Run was a fun movie. I like Chicken Run. That was a good one. Did I like Ants 1998 movie? It was fun. You liked Chicken Run a lot when you were a little kid.
Yeah, I thought I was scared of that one when I was a little kid.
I think you were scared of it. No, yeah, I know like chickens. No like chickens, but then you would watch it.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
Hulk versus the World, yeah. That was it. Oh, no more chickens. No more chickens.
That was also the same with the Darth Vader poster.
Yeah.
So, you guys tortured me with that thing.
There's a video of that.
I was 4 years. We need to post that thing.
I can post that
Yeah, you
totally.
need to post that.
So I had this Darth Vader display that
I was 4
talked.
years old.
He was 4, right?
Yeah.
So I had this Darth Vader display that talked, right? And when you went by it,
It did the breathing.
it did the breathing. Like, now he liked Star Wars.
Yeah, I did, but
You liked Star Wars.
the poster that made noise.
Yeah. So he liked this. So he knew the poster made noise, and Bobby and I were down here. Was like, we got to get him with this poster.
You
right
always told me you turned it off.
now. We always. So we're like, we turned it off. We turned it off. And he's like, and he came. He had like a toy in your hand or something. Down. You came down. And he's like, no more Darth Vader. No more Darth Vader. And we're like, no, it's off. No, it's off. And he walks by it and it goes off. And he's like, no Darth Vader. No Darth Vader.
We need to find that video and post it.
It was so good.
Yeah.
He was actually 15.
Yep.
When
That was yesterday.
I got one of those digital comics. Usually hate them. It's all Ultimate Hulk versus Wolverine worth a watch. Hulk rips Logan in half. It was a fun watch. I think it's on YouTube too. Oh yeah. I heard about that. I haven't seen that either though. Ever seen Adventures of Pinocchio with Jonathan Taylor Thomas? I've not seen that. The scariest movie I watched as a kid was that was the scariest movie. Oh, we're getting the honor. We're probably getting close to the time where it's going to run out of charge anyway. I almost want to wait for it to do the freeze because Bobby likes the freeze, but if we don't have other things we need to talk about, we'll probably cut it off in a minute.
I don't even know how much charge that thing has left.
I was scared of the 2003 Hulk toys. My mom used to scare me with those. Yeah, so parents have a way of doing that. You know, it's all in good fun. But that Darth Vader when we recorded it, and it's fantastic. No Darth Vader, no more Darth Vader. Good times.
Yeah.
So we'll post that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's anything else anyone wants to talk about, now's the time to say it, because I think we've caught up on everything we need to talk about this time around. I think I will bring that Gambit into the live stream. Eddie Murphy Norbit and the Nutty Professor. I don't know, dude. I didn't see Ants with the Terminites. I don't think I've seen Ants. So I don't really know anything about that one, man. I'm sorry. If there's anything else you guys want to mention, now's the time. Otherwise, we're going to cut this off in a second. And we're going to see you guys again next Sunday. We're trying to do 8:30. We'll try and get in here at the right time. We kind of messed up this time, but next time we'll be getting here right at 8:30. I won't send pizza to the wrong Pizza Hut this time. I'll send it to the right Pizza Hut if we have pizza again that week.
We probably will since that's probably.
Oh, you know what? Next Sunday's your birthday.
Yeah.
Do you want to still do this?
Yeah,
on your
it's
birthday?
fine.
Okay. Next Sunday is actually Blaze's birthday, so it'll be a birthday live stream. Thank you for being a moderator, dude. I'm gonna turn you off on that now. I appreciate you doing that, Jaron. And I'm gonna let Bacon be free here as well. Let's see.
Yeah, thank you.
When Bacon
Oh, I can go back. I have bacon tomato toast. There you go. Bacon, I'm gonna turn you off. Okay, you both don't. You're no longer stuck having moderator duties this time around. You guys are free to be whatever you want to be now. Thank you guys so much for doing it. Okay, so see you guys next week. Well, for the people that watch the one videos where I do the pickups, you'll see me Wednesday. Well, you'll see the comics Wednesday. You won't see me, but we'll see you guys again next Sunday. Okay? Thanks for joining us, guys. It's always fun talking with everybody. You have a great week as well. See you guys next time.
See you.
Bye.
Just gonna kind of scoot this way a little bit, and then take it over here. Oh, my foot is in the way. Just gonna go this way. People are saying happy birthday to you. He's gonna be 17. All right. Now just have to hit this button here.